Hi everyone, this is Miss Lynch, and today we are going to learn about commas. We've spent a lot of time on different types of nouns and different types of pronouns, but now for grammar, we're going to move into commas and how we use them and why we use them. So, to get you started, a comma is basically used just to divide or separate your sentences into different parts. This normally helps make the sentence a little more clear and easier for the reader to read. They'll mark a brief pause in your sentence. And this is normally at a point where if you were to be talking to somebody, you would stop and pause as well. So for today, we are going to look at an example sentence, and I'm going to talk to you about some things that I notice. So what do you notice about this sentence? And this is a sentence taken from Maya Angelou's popular book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. His room smelled of cooked grease, Lysol, and age. Okay, so if you notice there, I had these natural pauses where I kind of slowed down and I stopped after each comma. Now, some things that I notice about this sentence, other than the multiple commas that are there, is I notice that right here I have the word Lysol. I know that Lysol is a proper noun, so that's why it's capitalized. I also notice that while she's describing what this place smells like, she also uses the word age at the end of her sentence. And we're going to kind of go back and have a little review on different types of nouns since we just talked about proper nouns. Um, the word age is like an abstract noun. Okay, it's something that you can't really see or feel or hear, kind of like love or courage, but it's still considered a noun. So when I look at this sentence, I know that we have a place, his room. We also have this example of what it smelled like. So it says smelled of, and we have three different things. We have cooked grease, Lysol, and age. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this as kind of a mentor sentence, and we're going to look at, or we're going to go through and we're going to try to imitate ourselves and create our own following the same format and making sure that we're putting commas where they go. So here are some examples of someone that has imitated the exact structure that we just looked at. The kitchen smelled of pumpkin pie, butterball turkey, and togetherness. You'll notice here that we still have a place. We have the kitchen. We've got this verb happening here, our smelling, smelled of, and then we've got our three different things. We start out with pumpkin pie. Not only do we have a noun right here, pie, but we have an adjective describing what kind of pie. Then we follow with our proper noun that we saw in the first sentence, where we saw Lysol. This person chose to put butterball turkey. Butterball is a brand of turkey, which makes it a proper noun, and that's why it's capitalized. And then the last description is togetherness. And this is imitating, showing an abstract noun here, because togetherness isn't something that we can see or feel necessarily, like touch. It's that abstract noun that we get. A second example of imitation would be this sentence. The campground smelled of pine trees, Hershey s'mores, and excitement. So once again, this is just another example or another imitation of what we had seen in our prior sentence. We have a place, the campground, smelled of, and then we have our three descriptions. Pine trees, what kind of trees? Pine. Hershey s'mores, Hershey is a brand, which once again makes the second description. This is our proper noun that we use. And then we have our abstract noun at the end, and excitement. So what you're going to do today is you're simply just going to take a stab at imitating your own sentence. So it says use the frame below to write a sentence containing a series of three things. You must include a place. You're going to put your two commas in, which is where we have our natural pause, where you're separating this list. And then you have to have your adjective and noun, a proper noun, and an abstract noun. So if you need more assistance it might not be a bad idea to go back into these slides and to look at those examples again. So I'm going to start out and I'm going to give you guys my example. And then the expectation is that once you're done watching this video, you can go through and you can type your own example in onto the slide and submit it. So I'm going to exit out of presentation mode. That way you guys can see. But my example is going to be Grandma's kitchen smelled of baked cookies, comma, Hershey's chocolate, comma. Keep in mind I capitalize Hershey's because our middle noun that we're using is going to have to be a proper noun if we're going to imitate correctly. And then my last noun has to be an abstract noun. So I'm going to say, and love. Grandma's kitchen smelled of baked cookies, Hershey's chocolate, and love. Alrighty. If you have any questions, please feel free to send an email or to come to office hours later. But I'm going to let you guys go on your way and try out